'Tis just like Sir Ulrika to fly to another's aid. Let us hasten to Stormwind Cave and join in her rescue efforts. Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
'Tis you. Have you come to join us in our rescue effort? My thanks. We shan't fail with you by our side. The captured villager ought to be within. Let us hurry.
No doubt we will have to plumb the cave depths to find our charge. Shall we press on?
To think I would meet you here. Or were you searching for me? I cannot return to Melve. Not till my name is cleared. Not till the dragon is found. This village also suffered the dragon's attack in the past. I intend to stay here and investigate its whereabouts. Pray, give my regards to everyone back home. Tell them that I swear to return as soon as I can.
I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well, well. That's quite a discovery.
Prepare to engage! Well done.
Over here! Letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin ends the world, as they say. The rich have been drenched. From being invincible.
That was hard won.
We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune will not always favor us.
Aught appears to have changed since we were last here. Let us proceed with due caution.
I cannot fault your memory. We must get to the bottom of this. Is hard as stone, making it ideal for tossing it down other Leave no stone unturned. 'Tis likely there's aught we've missed.
Indeed. Let us know if we can be of assistance, Arisen.
The Arisen's soaked to the bone! One moment.
Well done, Master.
I'm saved. Thank you.
Thank heavens you yet live. Let us be on our way. The other villagers shall be thrilled to see you in good health, I'm sure.
We'd best report back.
Well, you don't see that every day. I imagine my master would faint were I to return beyond the rift with it. Here, if you please.
Furthermore, our party is absent of any long-range specialists.
We shall simply have to overwhelm the enemy with our might. As if things will ever be so simple.
We've no healing magic at our disposal, so a curative will have to do.
One moment, if you please. I nearly forgot to mention. A tad too high, methinks.
I've a skill that could see us through this situation. Might I be of assistance? That old man by the shore. What drives him so unbendingly out into open waters?
He's something of an enigma, isn't he?
Perhaps we'll understand more in time.
You have returned triumphant, I see. Oh, what a relief.
Indeed. And now that the task is done, I shall leave Har village, ne'er to return. In exchange, I beg you to forgive those who joined me. I incited them, and so I alone ought to suffer the penalty of exile. Yet I will go forth from this village with my head held high, glad in the knowledge that no lives were sacrificed under my watch.
There'll be no need for that, Ulrika. In light of your good deeds, all shall be forgiven.
After you left, we who remained discussed that which our village treasures most. It is as you yourself have said, a village is nothing without its people. We ought to have learnt that lesson well after the dragon chased us from our homes. Yet 'twas your heartfelt plea that reminded us of it. Ulrika, would you honor our village by becoming its chief? 'Tis our hope that you will guide us, and that your kindness and wisdom shall unite our people, human and bestian both.
Aye, if that is what is needed, I shall rise to the call of duty. I vow to protect this village and its people with my life.
So tired. Maybe the thing
What? But the fact remains that
I know this time, I shan't allow a single soul to be lost. Have or no peace, I shall not rest till this is so. 'Tis a nice place. My name shan't be cleared till the dragon is found. I intend to stay in this village and investigate the dragon's whereabouts.
well met. Look. To make a purchase? Much obliged, sir.
Pleasant spot to while away in
Not called for a bigger haul today.
Boredom grinds like thousands.
So tired. I've barely the vim to tie my boots.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your equipment. I can...
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way? There's aught to be found there. Can you not see it?
We ought to take a closer look. Tis dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern, Master. Let me get that. This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in arms. A Minotaur is upon us.
Ice is our ally against the
Look at it. The beast can scarce stand. A well-placed strike force of sending gazing skyward.
strike fast.
And our warriors shall fall.
few security to the mage joins our ranks.
One moment, please. I forgot to mention.
That's it. I've had enough.
Huzzah! Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next. Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
Words worth hearing.
did not know I could feel so alive.
Arrows would be a glad find if any among our number wielded a bow.
I wager they'd make fine skewers if anyone fancies roast meat when next we camp.
I don't fancy my chances. Best not be bothering me.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Late. Losing my touch.
As I recall, the location of another of our tasks is not far from here.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration. Sir Leonard will be very glad to know that Sir Ulrika is safe. We ought to bring him these tidings post-haste. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Apologies, but I can't offer you a ride.
These old bones grow weary.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
This ox... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
If you don't mind. What ought I to do?
Fix this up proper.
Twas a bumpy ride, but we've arrived all the same.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Hope to see you again.
A ladder, is it? How convenient.
Ah, 'tis a relief to hear that Ulrika is safe. Mayhap there is aught I could do for her, pervasive though the Queen Regent's influence has become. My humblest thanks. You've proven a friend to Melv and me as well. It isn't much, but here, I would not see you go unrewarded for your trouble. A firm resolve has taken root in my heart since we met. I may be past my prime as a fighter, but I can still teach. And if anyone can master this technique, 'tis you. Go on, humor an old man. Tis good to know that
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
Shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit? I find myself wondering how the lass fares. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. self. But enough about me. Did you need something?
I have no issue falling asleep.
Though our foes were familiar...
A good sleep does what?
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our...
Where was I headed?
Well met, sir.
I'll carefully conserve my strength. Miss Daphne seemed pleased...
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
I fear I've not.
Best fix this up.
This ox cart? I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Suppose I best earn my keep. The sun's too bright for
Can't
these
remember the last time
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray, bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Really now? You mustn't shirk your duty, lest you
That woman's taking advantage of...
Will he truly be all right?
What should I do?
This place cheers me right up.
What should I do?
Yeah? What it...
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, 'tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be...
Yes, sir. You are most gracious.
What should I do? What to do?
What? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of.
Boy, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet?
Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time. Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do. Hoy, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Now that's just splendid! Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the church straight away.
It's a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
Right you are. This might be worth a read.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
I'd fain only don't ask me to lower the price any further. Much obliged, friend. I hope you're as pleased with our deal as I am. This little dwelling's all yours now. Suppose I'd best be off. I've my own home to get to. I hope you'll be happy here, friend. Farewell.
Must be vigilant. The town's...
Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the Gracious Hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now, even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
Perfect spot for a kip.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better. that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
So dull when there's nothing doing. I must be grateful.
I fear I must...
A moment's prayer.
Is there aught I can assist you with?
Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us.
Mine is a life devoted to humble...
Medicine? Now!
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone?
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the Abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeard for them.
Wickedness has no hold. Is there anything to do around here?
Haven't got any leaves.
If you wish it, I shall not move from this spot.
Blessed be we fair.
Might not one of the bandits in Vernworth's jail know of the methods employed by thieves and their ilk? Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
True enough.
Can't remember the last time I only through prayer.
You'll never reach...
Yeah? What? So, a none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
Aught about this reeks of a plot. Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
Indeed, you are correct.
Legs are stiff as boards after training.
Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep...
Wonder how long this job's supposed to last. We've taken a wrong...
This worrying's giving me an achy back.
All the others made it. Why is my luck so rotten?
I do hope not before...
I fear I've much to attend to.
Why are you doing this, Arisen?
I fear I've much...
I fear
I've much to attend to.
A moment's prayer. I do hope naught befalls Lubomir. Thanks, sir.
What business would you have with a hum...
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
Splendid.
Want to try to enjoy life where and when I can.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider...
What? I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business.
This performance is the...
Is it true? Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being near Risen over in the tavern. About 6, just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The fellow Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
One day, I'm...
Elena. Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the Abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Nodded off for a moment there.
Them nobles do nothing. Doesn't sweep me today.
There's comfort in the hum drum.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, right. Door's locked. That should do it.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
This is beyond me, I'm afraid.
What's this all about?
What's your problem?
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see.
Suppose I ought to earn my...
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Not a bad idea. Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
Indeed, you are correct.
Tis my duty.
Ain't nothing but trouble lurking here.
You want something?
What about this place makes me
Be pretty kind to me. Something can't stomach places like this.
Where are you off to? Fancy a look at my wares? In my line of business, patience is key. Do come again.
They do say gold is made to be spent.
We ought to have enough supplies to last us a while now.
Tis no great shock to me.
Need anything? Got some good things on offer. Many thanks.
The road's at your neck.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist. You. Do come again.
Just as it should be.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Precious little time. I'm in fine fettle today.
Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Muggervale is just what I need.
It's this way.
Would you take...
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their cost.
Am I shedding? Well met, sir.
I'm in no rush.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Whatever's to be done.
I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
This place is the town's beating heart. I wonder what rumors the morrow has in store.
I could tell half as many lies as my parents.
Oh, sir, if you please, pray excuse my boldness, sir. Might I beg a moment of your time? My master is in need of aid, you see, and I'm hoping you'll consider offering your assistance. Oh, thank you, sir. Might we continue this conversation somewhere? You will find my master's manor in the noble quarter. Pray, meet me there.
Times are hard. I'm barely... Greetings. You need only make a worthy... I have seen your path. Make... You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
I've more time than I know how to spend. I'd sooner stay out of that. May the heavens look kindly upon us all. 'Tis here that the bodies of... I beg you to conduct yourself with care and with a reverence. Perhaps you've a moment to spare, an ear to lend. Pray keep your voice... Perhaps you've a moment to spare, an ear. You are more than welcome to return.
'Twas a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. Tell is, her ties to this figure from the neighboring country have a romantic tint.
I'm unsure how best...
Good day, sir.
What shall I do today?
Look, while you're here, need anything? Times change, but there's always coin. Stop by again soon.
What am I supposed to do? Gather round, treat your ears. To a tail bite.
I never dreamed to meet such a foe here, of all places.
Get on. I shall propel you into the air.
Our foe stumbles. Just one more move, to bring it down. Let's just end this first.
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
I'll feel a sight better. This ox, I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
I fear I've not...
Whoa. Would that I could always feel so fine.
Living's hard.
When does my watch end?
Loyalty's just another way to save your own settings.
Left the wing.
Halt! Who goes there? This village is under the direct authority of Her Grace the Queen Regent.
We are to grant no unknown person. Off with you then.
It's this way.
Off with you then. Glad we understand each other. You may pass.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Stop this! I beg of you! That's enough. You've nowhere to go.
Beg pardon, sir, but I can't just...
You there!
Beg pardon, sir, but...
Halt, I say! Get up! You've nowhere to go.
Fire upon you! Well met. Glad to see you in good health. The tyranny of the Queen Regent's faction knows no bounds. Passage into and out of the village is restricted, and we're being treated as slaves. I had intended to endure it till Ulrika returned to us, but I fear the villagers have already reached their limit. I'll be honest with you, as you've earned my trust. We've a mind to leave this village for good. The Dragon's Flame has devastated the land here. Many of the villagers question whether it is worth attempting to restore it. When I mentioned as much in a letter I had smuggled to Ulrika, she told me that the village she's staying in would be glad to take us in. Only problem is how we're going to get past the soldiers. They've confiscated all weapons to forestall our escape. Perhaps if we could reclaim the stolen weapons, or find a means of procuring some anew, we could force our way out through strength of arms. Alas, we villagers are kept under constant watch. It would be unwise for us to attempt aught on our own. You are our...
Stop this! I beg of you!
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
Hail! I've not forgotten what you did, helping me save my brother. Would that I could return the favour. But we've a bit of a situation here, if you hadn't noticed. Our weapons are being kept in yon storeroom. With those cowards.
Say, mayhap we could distract them.
Are you mad? Where's that? Alright, how's this? We'll draw the guards' attention, giving you a chance to sneak in and get our weapons back. You'll do it then? Right! You wait here. We'll have him away from his post in a trice. Just you watch.
What do you think you're doing here? Halt!
beg of you. That's enough. You know where to go.
How are you faring? Have you been able to procure any weapons for us? You've reclaimed our weapons. Well done, sir. My thanks. I'd wager we stand a fighting chance now. The time has come to leave this village behind.
I've got you cornered, rat.
Don't fret, I've got you. With me! Hold your ground. Do not let our foe approach. Have courage!
This can't... Retreat! We must withdraw and regroup!
You have my gratitude for aught you've done on our behalf. We'll make for the village Ulrika staying in on our own from here. If I were you, I'd leave this place afore reinforcements arrive. At any rate, this is where we part ways. But if you're of a mind to visit, know that we'll welcome you into our new homes with open arms. Till then, farewell.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
Fancy a look at my wares? 'Tis good to be busy. Work begets opportunity. Do come again.
Not one of us can wield bows or magic, I see.
How are we to maintain an advantageous position?
Where are you going?
I always draw. Gotta take opportunities as they come, I say.
Apologies, but I...
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
They can be most convenient, though they travel only during...
If I were you, I'd leave. At any rate, this is where we part ways.
This ox cart... I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Hey.
A losing battle.
You feared?
You should be. Out of the car.
That beast is truly enormous.
Nothing else than its avoid ending up in its monstrous maw. I must admit that it feels wonderful to strike through. Let us finish this. Bring the fiend down.
A focused attack. Arisen! Are you alright? It's me as your puzzle to launch to greater heights.
Fight and survive, or lay down and die.
I've got hold of the enemy.
I concur. Now that is a surprise. Words from fortune. Don't save our best will do it.
This brute has quite the temper.
Might we not use their rage rather?
It is done. On an incline, can't allow foes using it against her. Strike hard enough, and might not have to do this twice. No quarrel.
What you waiting for? Get on with it.
When enraged, this creature is capable of calamity strength. We ought not to show that.
Then we best fell it quickly, or else wait for you to fully subside.
unsure how best.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
I've a knack for gathering items, and
This is a poor remuneration for our efforts, I must say.
It is a dismal feeling to be disappointed so utterly.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten rift stone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
Look, Master, goblins!
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Get off my vegetables!
Time to be heading. Only depend upon my venture.
Regrettably, I am not equipped with the knowledge to guide you on that quest. You shall have to hire a pawn who is.
Up to today. Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain...
How goes it?
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Interested in my ware? Best buy what you need. Lest you regret it. Leisure doing business.
I'm not stopping.
Try all I might.
Quite the predicament.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Good tidings to you. Are you the Arisen, perchance? Aye, I thought you might be the one. My husband spoke of you, you see. 'Tis through him I hear much of the gossip going around town. I suppose you're here to see him. You'll have to come another day, I fear. He's been sent out on a mission, and I can't say when he'll return. 'Tis a perilous mission at that. I've heard he is to fell a Dullahan at the Ill-Doer's resting place. I worry for him. I do hope he'll fare all right. Oh, Sir Ludolf, you say? Aye, we're acquainted. He's been coming around oft of late. As I recall, his visit started just before Gregor was given his new assignment. Why are you asking me about him? Does this have aught to do with my husband? What? No. You mean... not my Gregor? Sir Arisen, I beg of you, you must save my husband. You will be repaid, I swear it. No amount of gold can compare to his life. Just please, save him. Oh, thank goodness. Pray, go to him at once. My husband's life is in your hands, sir.
We must make haste if we are to arrive in time to assist.
Would that all my days were so.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. Guard all you want. It won't make a difference when I've grappled you, see?
Flame at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. Methinks the fiend felt that. Perhaps a few more for good measure. Uh-oh. Perhaps it's time I started taking this seriously.
Do you mean to suggest you know you're playing
Do you really need my aid? You must try to free yourself.
Go where your help is needed.
You've my fan. Here you are.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable. Traveling beyond the rift, I came upon a cave whose secrets you have yet to discover. 'Tis nearby. Shall I lead the way? Is this a challenge arisen to see who can keep pace? No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up. Not good enough.
Are only truly defeated when their stalls are smashed beyond repair. Get on. I shall propel you into the air. we'd be well advised to check the lay of the land.
We're lost, plain and simple. We ought to retrace our steps. I must admit that it feels wonderful to break through. I'm sure your next attack is no less lovely.
A flawless execution.
Would that we might always be so in step, eh? Where the undead?
I'll mourn Severgo. He was a good man.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Ah, now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
I'll mourn Severgo.
We could add a warrior to our ranks. What say you, Master?
Well, I suppose if all we care about is brute force, we ought to consider it.
What's this? Where's the fiend gone? Has it fled? I can hardly believe it. I fought a Dullahan and she'll live to tell the tale. But, fie! I've just remembered. See, I hadn't thought I'd return alive. But I didn't want to worry my wife when I departed. So I took a letter with me just in case. And when the tide of battle threatened to overwhelm us, I sent a runner to bear it to my wife, mere moments before your arrival. It would be an awkward thing for her to read my final farewell, only for me to arrive on the morrow, fit as a fiddle. Though I dare say she'd forgive me. Oh, it will be a blessing enough to see her again. I can ask for no more than that. Right, I'd best be off, if I'm to make it home before that letter arrives. Oh, and if I've not said it yet, thank you, sir. I'm well and truly in your debt.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I'll mourn Sir Gregor.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
Sir Arisen, I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for us.
You've my humblest gratitude, sir. If not for you, I'd ne'er have made it home. Still, I doubt this is the last we'll be hearing from Sir Ludolf. He's not like to admit defeat after only one attempt. Where will I be sent next, I wonder?
Have you not heard, my love? Sir Ludolf has fallen deathly ill.
He has?
Aye, he was poisoned. From the tell of it, 'twas concealed in a gift. A bottle of wine or some such. But I suppose 'tis not so surprising. A dastardly man like that must have had no shortage of enemies.
True enough. I'm sure no few held a grudge against him for all he's done.
Indeed. Perhaps one might call this his just deserts.
It was a glad thing to see Sir Gregor safely home. It must have been quite the relief for Lady Margaret as well.
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
How kind of you.
I thank you. I trust you will
How kind of you.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
Well met, sir. Predicament. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all Right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but to ask.
This rumor has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift. It makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and overconfidence. And in the end, we turn our backs on our master and our duty.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this sickness.
You seem in fine spirits. Fancy a look at my wares? This really is fine craftsmanship. Might learn a new dish.
Do stop and have a look.
I'll teach him a lesson he will soon forget.
This ox cart will not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
enemy retreats.
I see no merit in hunting down such traitors. We fixed the fiend without that. Just a few more we would have.
Ensure your next attack is no less purposeful.
Quickly, you must regain your footing. Seems we have the range.
Correct, Lieutenant Pilot. My screen is right.
I am well aware.
Over here.
Well to seek the high ground and fight happening. It will make overpowering our foes all
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Need anything? Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Business could be better, but I've weathered. Worse. Stop by again soon.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Would you be larcenous deeds are the...
Greeting! We see a great many customers given our location. The sword and staff is open for business.
I'm nodding off where I stand.
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. The creation of a masterpiece takes time, sir. Many would call themselves a master. Few hope to see you again.
The Jadeite orb is safely in hand.
Loath as I am to admit it, I haven't the knowledge to guide you on that quest. Perhaps you should hire a pawn who does.
I'll take any chance not to think.
Oh. What does this say?